Some people have even taken us to court, some other groups, for government land. So this is the way people do things in Nigeria. They believe might is right. Or if you dance for long enough in front of a television, then people will say, sympathy will come in and people will become emotional and allow you. What we have done very well, for which I commend everybody, is that we have not joined issues with them by confronting them. They will actually want us to come and physically, but you don't do that. We will still treat them as our children and hope to come up with the best.
You say you've attempted dialogue and they reneged as at yesterday.
They did renege.
What were the reasons they gave for going back on it?
They will. I will know that if they tell me. They didn't. They just didn't show up. They were supposed to show up yesterday, and we were supposed to hug and kiss and shake hands and say everything's okay after the National Association of Resident Doctors are coming.
Kiss and makeup.
I saw a video yesterday, amateur video posted online on WhatsApp, and they were saying Professor Bode must go. That's something about being above 60 and that you've
that is not a new thing. It's been going on from their group for about almost 3 years now.
Oh, please, you have been 60 for 3 years.
No, even before I was 60, they had been at that. They regularly post things like that. Even they take paid adverts. So 2 days ago they did that too. But the truth of it is that I'm a full professor of the University of Lagos, and I'm on a political assignment on behalf of the head of state. And I was appointed to serve this political post by the head of state. I'm serving at his pleasure. And when I finish, even if he says, "Be Chris, but they go tomorrow," I must bow and say, "Thank you very much, sir, for the honor of allowing me to serve my country," and I go back to my university. I think.
Which is your university?
The University of Lagos. Okay. I mean, I teach pediatric surgery.
You're still allowed to lecture
right.
till 70.
Yes, that's right. And I think I wouldn't say more than that about that.
Okay. Now, one other thing they talked about was one of their colleagues that was disqualified from writing an examination.
That is for doctors, unlike maybe some other professions, when they are in training, character comes first before skills and knowledge. We have a doctor. We had a doctor with us. We just finished at the end of last month. His tenure expired. Who was everything but a doctor in character. He was admitted in 2016. I'm sorry to say this. He was admitted in 2010 into the residency program.
2010?
Yes. Government has spent a lot of money on this young man. He was sponsored to India by our hospital to go and learn more. But why did he pay back the government and you and I, who taxpayers' money which was spent on him? He was an implacable, because he was an activist. In the name of shutting down the hospital and picketing the hospital one day, he went into a consultant's room and dragged out a patient and sent out the doctor's packing. He said he was picketing. We gave him a query and gave him a letter of warning. This doctor sadly, instead of repenting, went to court, asking the court to quash the letter of warning. You know what the court told him? The court told him he was lucky not to have been sacked. This doctor went, there's somebody who swore to an affidavit that this doctor went to her, a senior officer of our hospital, that he would shoot her in the head. This same doctor threatened to bring miscreants to LUTH, to bring area boys to LUTH and cause mayhem, and he did it twice. You know, we are sandwiched between Mushi and Idiaraba, two volatile areas. So some of these many things made us to question his integrity. I think before he left, he even had to face a medical board, the result of which we are awaiting. A training institution is a school. No, I mean, it's a training, it's for training. It has rules and regulations. If you go to Ansaruddin Primary School, you must observe the Ramadan during the Ramadan festival. Is that not so? If you go to St. Kizito's, you will observe the early morning mass. If you go to Babcock, Saturday is holy for them. The same thing with training institutions. We train And we have rules and regulations. And as custodians of the safety of doctors, safety of the public in the hands of doctors, if we can say, sir, if we can say that somebody is good, and so many doctors have been certified as good, please allow us to say if somebody doesn't measure up to level, up to standard as well.
So if he has had issues with character for a while, I mean, how did he rise up to this position where you had to finally disqualify him from writing an exam?
He has been described in certain sectors as a pathological litigant. He has 3 cases against the teaching hospital as I speak. He has 2 against the very college that will examine and certify him, the National Postgraduate Medical College. He has cases against the Ministry of Health, the supervising ministry for even Hawa Hospital. I think that's part of his challenges. That's part of his challenges.
Professor Bode, is it possible that the management of LUTH didn't manage the situation well? Or is it, let me put it this way, is there another way that the management of LUTH could have managed this situation?
Let me say something about medical. When a doctor is challenged, I won't call it a trade secret, but it's a known phenomenon. We are usually the last to identify ourselves as being challenged. I don't think I want to say more than that. Perhaps it could still be helped. I will wait for the result of the medical board that he faced to see if he can be helped. The heaven does not like the death of a sinner. Let's face it. If this doctor can still be corrected and he is able to do that, to become a useful member of this society, I will still hope to.
Not just him. I'm talking about even the Association of Resident Doctors. Is there a way the management could have handled the situation better? Is there another way?
Perhaps we underestimated how far training has gone wrong in postgraduate medicine in Nigeria. Perhaps, let me tell you where we were coming from. In 2014, the Lagos University Teaching Hospital was on strike for 8 months of the year. We got paid. Will you believe that taxpayers' money paid our salaries for 8 months that we were on strike? In 2015, we were on strike. For 5 months, we got paid. Taxpayers' money. When I came in 2015, what I asked for was, give me 1,000 days of no strike-free activities and you'll see what we can do. But every group thought it was in vogue who could call the most amount of strike actions. And in an attempt to rein in all these powerful groups that could call, if a doctor and a nurse fought, they would declare a strike. If their salary was delayed for so by government, but they are paid directly from government. They declared they will go on strike. They had become uncontrollable. This is not only for the doctors, other groups. And in an attempt to rein these in was why government said no work, no pay.
Just hold on there, we'll take a moment and come back. Some tweets here that you need to respond to. Please don't go away.